Hi guys, last video for the day. I already handled my kids. They're all tucked in bed, watching their TV. Just the viewers. I wanted to talk about love. Love. Is love our strength or our weakness? Let's see. I guess you can see that on different levels, huh? What do you guys think? Do you think love is our strength, or do you think it's mostly our weakness? Do you think that it makes us feel indestructible? Like we can unleash whatever our potential is? Or do you feel it can distract you from your focus? Or even destroy the way you feel about yourself because the person you love destroys the way you feel about yourself, which doesn't really make sense in all reality. But in a way it does, because when you really, really love someone and the person's constantly putting you down and criticizing you, it hurts. So would that be considered a weakness? The person can be dramatic or like drama, and you can be more of the type to go with the flow. Sometimes opposites, yeah, they attract, but sometimes they bump heads, and they bump heads more than anybody else. So the way that they can be your strengths, I believe, is you can most likely be yourself. You can fully be yourself. It's like having a best friend when you really love people. When you actually love them, I feel like in my last video I mentioned in order to love somebody, there's other little stepping stones that leads to love. Like trust, respect, honesty, communication, compassion. Those things all lead to love. Like love is the last thing you receive. But in all reality, when it comes to a spouse, that's how it works. But does it work the same way with friendship? Or family? Like, how do we automatically love our family? We even love those family that hurt us all the time. That's like a love that, is stamped on our ass when we're born? If you really think about it, no matter how upset or mad at you are at a family member, you still have love for them because you both come from the same bloodline. You both come from the same blood. But how come we aren't like that with friends or spouses or just people in general? How come it's only like that with family? I don't know. What else is good about the strength that love gives is you feel confident enough to take risks and try new things. You want to experiment with this person, or, like you just want to extend your mind and you want to be spontaneous more. And when you love someone, they can become your strength because you become protective also. Like you don't want nobody harming them or talking about them or whatever. Like you're ready to square up with the world if somebody even tries to mess with them. That to me is a strength. It makes you realize that you're stronger than you think you are when you're fighting for things you love. What else makes it a strength? It's somebody that sees you fully inside and out. Like they see you naked. Okay. And as adults, like, yeah, it's not a big deal. But if you were a kid Think about it. If you were like a 7-year-old little girl and somebody told you, oh, I was naked in front of little Jonathan, that's a big deal. It is. So, you don't just trust anybody to see your body naked. You trust somebody that you're with that you love, correct? That's the way it's supposed to go. I know nowadays millennials are just fucking anything that has legs and a hole in it, but in our generation, it's different. We actually connect sex with love. Or, connection, or it's always something deeper than just, wow, you got a nice pair of boobs. You know what I mean? So, but in this generation, it's all about appearance. But what I'm saying is love, in all reality, like, it is both. It's your strength and your weakness. Because, yes, this person can inspire you to do things that you thought you can never do, or never had the confidence to do. Or this person can destroy your little piece of confidence you have. There's a lot of us that have been through verbal abuse in relationships or mental abuse, okay? Those are the most known abuse, all right? And it's not that they can really destroy how you feel about yourself, but they can fog it up for you. They can fog that up. Think of like tear gas, okay? Like it's you and the love for yourself, and they have to tear gas the middle of it. You know what I mean? So you don't even see what your potential is or anything like that. And a lot of times when you love somebody fully and they put you down on a daily basis, you start to believe that person. No matter how much you try not to, you're just like, am I missing something? Because this person says they love me, but they say this is wrong with me. And all of this, do they really love me? And you start to question yourself, and you start to question your ability and what you're able to do and what you're capable of. And if you're pretty, if you're not pretty, like all of this nightmare spiritual parasites start to feed onto your brain. And then you start to put yourself down. And then you're miserable in a relationship because you just love this person and you want to stay with them. So yes, they can be your destruction as well. Okay? Do you know how many women went crazy? Or I know people who have gotten pregnant to try to keep a man to stay with them or stick in a relationship, and it didn't work. And now they're stuck in misery with, no offense, I know this sounds wrong, with a baby they didn't even want. It was a plan. You know what I mean? So with all that being said, love can be your weakness. That shit could set you back in life. Like, you could lose everything in a relationship. I know people who were madly in love, got married, and the next thing you know, when they got divorced, she took everything and he was homeless. That's how messed up it can be. Love is, I call it a beautiful poison. It feels beautiful, but at the same time, it could be like, it can turn a complete left on you. Okay? The way that it can be your weakness also. Their words hurt more than anyone else's words. Anybody else in the world could call you stupid, but if the one you love is calling you stupid, most likely you believe it, or it starts to bring your emotions down. Okay? They know how to hurt you or push your buttons more than anybody else. And a lot of times they can manipulate or destroy your self-esteem. I know it's called self-esteem. It's about yourself. But people can taint it a little bit or dirty it up. You know what I mean? So that's basically the weakness, is that they can make you change. They can give you, all of a sudden after that relationship, you will start to grow trust issues. You can become antisocial. Now you're a woman hater because women just keep doing the same shit to you, or vice versa. You know what I mean? That's how love can be your weakness. We do crazy shit for love, okay? And then when this shit don't work out, we're like, why the fuck did we do that? We look stupid doing it for that person. They didn't even deserve it. A lot of times we give our all and they don't deserve it. That is the weakness of love. The strength of love, it's a give and take method in the relationship, okay? Your woman should not want to only hang out with you every 2 weeks on a Friday because you get paid that day. You know, things like that. Love has multiple feelings. It's not just one feeling. Okay. I feel like there's different levels of love. There's different ways you can show love. You know, you don't have to keep telling somebody you love them and still treat them like shit, because then you're showing the opposite. You're not showing the action of the words that you're claiming. So love, in a way, I feel like, what's another way that love strengthens us? It tests us to see if this person's worth changes. Like, if we decide to sacrifice things that we know are bad for us to be with this person or something like that. That's a strength. Okay? Do you know how hard it is to quit shit you're used to just to be with someone? Maybe a routine, a schedule, maybe an addiction or a flaw. That ain't easy to get rid of. But love can motivate you to do that. Love can motivate you to do anything. You know, if it makes you feel like you're flying, maybe take pilot classes. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to say. It is your strength, but it is also your weakness. I think it all depends on how you are handling it, observing it, how you're empathizing with the person you're dating, because you're supposed to feel each other. If you don't feel each other, how are you going to understand each other? So it's hard in a way to not have empathy but be in a relationship, because you're supposed to feel your partner. When they're sad, it should bother you. When you're happy, it should not, like, it should make you happy. Like, that's empathy. That, I feel, is a great asset to have in a relationship. If you don't have empathy, start growing some. And if you can't feel bad for people when they're at their shittiest moments, or if you see a kitty cat get run over and you don't feel bad, then you might have to find somebody that is just as cold as you are. Seriously, because somebody who does have emotions and compassion and empathy can't deal with someone who's an empty vessel. So love does have a lot to do with tests. It's always testing you, okay? It's a roller coaster ride, an unpredictable one. Think about someone sitting you on a roller coaster with blindfold on, and you don't know which roller coaster it is. That's love, okay? Love is unpredictable. You don't know which direction you're going to go in, up, down, upside down, whatever, around. That's love. If we were able to predict love, it would be boring. Nobody likes a predictable relationship. We all get bored from it after a while. We always want a spontaneous moment, or just a creative moment, or something different. We don't want to have to expect everything. Well, at 6, we do this, and at 7, we eat lunch, and then no, it's boring. Love is unpredictable. It's spontaneous. It brings out the challenge in you. It's kind of like a challenge. Like, you ever watch, like, I don't know, American Ninja or something? Love is American Ninja, okay? You gotta go through backflips and fucking hold your weight and go through slides and up and down hills and all of this. You gotta be an athlete to be actually representing what all of love is, because if you're not a spiritual athlete, you're never gonna find the one. You're never gonna find the one that's actually on your level, because you're always gonna be, well, I like this one for this one, and I like this one for this one, but this one I like this one, but this one got a big ass, but she's dumb, and this one, like, we've all been there. Okay, we've all been there. We've all been through, tongue-tied. I'm tired. We all have been there, and we all have to realize, like I say in every single video, that everything in our life, surrounding us and in everything, is a balance. It has negative, positive, good, bad, and that's including love. It's strength and weakness. Someone can tear you apart with their words because you love them, and you don't expect them to feel that way about you because they claim they love you, and they can be abusing the shit out of you with words. And you crumble. You crumble. Because when we love someone, we expect to also feel security with them, safe. We want to feel safe, not like they're harming us. When you're in love with someone and you're in a relationship, you are a team. You're not opponents. So I don't like, that's why it pisses me off when I see so many relationships and they're bickering at each other over little things. And you're like, dude, you're supposed to be a team. It's y'all against the world. You think the world wants to see you happy? No. It don't want to see you happy. So you against the team. You two against the world. You're a team. But a lot of relationships, they go against each other like they're opponents. And I've seen women that I used to hang out with that were single. They would get in a relationship. I wouldn't talk to them for like a good year or so. And then when I would see them, boom, they're a different person. They don't smile no more. They don't look in the mirror no more. They don't think they're pretty enough. Like, love can do that to you. It can destroy you if you let it destroy you. Okay? And sometimes we don't even realize we're changing with it. Sometimes we don't realize we're changing. We're changing our thought process. We're changing our emotions against certain things now. Now, because we got someone, we see things differently. Like, you singles suck. Even though you were just a single a week ago. Like, it's just how it is. It has a magic in it. It has a magic that you can't see, but you feel it. Like the honeymoon phase. That's a magic phase in a relationship. You can't do wrong in the honeymoon phase. Everything you do is like spontaneous and amazing to them. But let me let you know this. After that honeymoon phase is done, those little things that they thought were adorable will be annoying. Okay? It will be annoying. Because that's just how it is. It will be annoying because as human beings, we like constant change. Okay? Yeah, some of us fear change, but we still need it. Without it, we won't grow. It's like a plant with no damn water. So, relationships, they change you. Every relationship you're in, you're changing. One way or another. If somebody cheats on you, now you have insecurities. If someone's constantly lying, now you have trust issues. Like, this is just shit that relationships pile on you. But you can choose to get rid of them and not let the person that you start falling in love with or that you're in a relationship with now pay for those consequences of the last people that fucked you over. Love is not that hard. It ain't. It's actually really easy. It's really easy to love things or people or animals or plants or the color green or fluffy animals. I don't know. It's easy. It's so easy. Okay? It really is. Relationships are work. But the only reason why they work is because you guys have to see how you guys fit perfectly together. You're still trying to figure that out. Okay? That takes time. It does. I've been with mine for a year and I'm still learning about his ass. So, and he's same thing with me. You're always learning about each other no matter what or how long you're dating. Things change. Our interests changed. Go get some. Then take Skylar. I see her right there in the hallway. Get water and go to bed. No, I'm working. Close my door. I'm working. And you have somebody with you, so chill out. Go get water and go. I need a vacation. Somebody should book me a vacation for my birthday. It's January 17th. That would be incredible. So, like I was saying, see, love is challenging too. You know how many times our kids drive us crazy and we love them? You know how many times freaking family in general drives you crazy and you love them? They don't only bring out your strengths, trust me, they do bring out your weakness too. Family is a perfect example of that too, not just a spouse. I swear, since I became a mother, I became bipolar. One minute I'm happy, the next I'm saying, don't do that. The next I'm like, well, see, this is what happens. And it's nuts, man. Children equals bipolar. It's crazy because I want them to grow up already, and everybody's like, oh, you should enjoy them while they're young. No. I know they're cute and they got the squeaky little chipmunk voice, but that's about it. I don't like wiping ass. I don't like cleaning up after them. I don't like having to give them information in baby talk. That is hard. That is really hard to do. Try to teach children about the elements and speak in baby talk when you're used to speaking in adult language and cursing. Not easy. Are y'all done? Good, now you can close my door. Phoenix, come on. Come lay here, fuzzboy. Alright, good night. Turn off all the lights. So, yes, love is the balance of both. It's your weakness and it's your strength. It will drive you crazy and want to commit a crime and end up on the show Snapped on the Oxygen channel. Or it can make you like Santa Claus and giving and loving and actually be grateful. We need to, a lot of times, I'm going to be honest, we need to be grateful for our relationship or the people that are dealing with our crazy asses. Do you ever just stop and look at your spouse and be like, how the fuck do you deal with me? How are you still around? It's true. They put up with your shit. That's love. That really is. Now, unless you're in an unhealthy relationship where now you're hitting each other or all that shit, then you need to leave. You need to leave. But I'm saying like in general, little things like that we need to be reminded of. They put up with your crazy, troublemaking ass. Okay? They do. They deal with it. Because I'm going to be honest, a lot of times in a relationship, a woman feels like your mother. We might not say it to you, but we don't want to be your mother. We want to be your girlfriend, your wife, your fiance, not your mother. And a lot of guys don't know how to do things themselves, which is crazy how your moms don't teach you how to do laundry or cook for yourselves. So we have to play mother. Okay, I think that deserves a raise. Either some extra sex or a massage every night. Or I don't know, maybe a wife allowance or something. That would be awesome. That's what we need if we've got to play the role of your mother too. But we do it also because we love you. But at the same time, if you think about it, while we're children, we're conditioned for this shit. As a little girl, they're giving us nothing but kitchen sets and fucking baby dolls so we can pretend to be mommy and cook in the kitchen already. So they're already trying to prepare us for wife material shit. While y'all play with cars and toolboxes and shit, it's so ridiculous. They're already conditioned the whole dynamic of how the family life is supposed to be. In all reality, though, y'all should take turns with that shit. Don't expect your woman to always be cooking for you, unless she is like a housewife. But then at the same time, if she got kids, a house, a business, or whatever, take a chill pill on her ass, because she still got more than one thing on her plate while you only have a job to worry about. You know, no offense, and this is not to the awakened men, this is just men in general. I get that y'all provide and y'all work from 9 to 5 or whatever, but how is it fair for us that stay at home and watch kids to work from 9 to 5 and 5 to 10 p.m. to even maybe in the middle of the night if the babies are small? We never have off. We don't get holidays. We don't get a paycheck. So we need some help too. Sometimes we like to feel like the man is taking over and letting us relax a bit. Because you guys only work 9 to 5. We work 24/7, 365 days a year. Even God has a day off. But women don't. So it's all about being each other's strength when the other one's also weak. So yes, love is your weakness and your strength. But at the same time, y'all supposed to be there for each other when one is lacking what you're not. So if one's happy and one's sad, the one that's happy should cheer up the one that's sad. Because you love each other. That's the way it should go. Or just because you don't want to see people sad. Nobody likes negativity. I know I don't. And I deal with it all day, every day with 3 kids that are always fighting over everything. My kids literally tell on each other if they're blinking too much at each other. This is what I deal with. Ma, she's blinking at me too much. So, yeah. Like I said, love can be your strength, but it can also be your weakness. You see this? You see this? I'm going crazy. Okay? My little pelitos is all sticking up and shits. I still gotta take a shower. I smell bad. Ugh, I smell like curry in the summertime or something. Ooh. But yeah. Love is balanced. Just like everything else in this world. Okay? It is. It's not all supposed to be roses and daisies and unicorn shit and rainbows and glitter. It's supposed to be all of that, plus some trolls under a bridge, maybe some dragon's breath here and there. Sometimes y'all gotta fight a freaking creature together. You know what I mean? This is all metaphorically. Cause I know some of y'all be taking me literally. Y'all need to know some of my sense of humor sometimes. But for real, okay? This ain't no Cinderella, Little Mermaid, or Beauty and the Beast. Well, maybe there's a little truth to the Beauty and the Beast, but all I'm trying to say is, remember there's balance. Remember there's supposed to be disagreements. You can't expect your relationship to be perfect. I don't care if you think you're Jesus reincarnated. I bet you he fought with Mary Magdalene or whatever her name was too. They bickered and all of that stuff too. Okay? And to say that also, there's a theory that he might have had kids with her. Yeah, they definitely bickered. Okay? That's what I'm trying to say. That there is a balance. You're going to deal with bullshit. But you got to remember at the end of it all, you're a team. So you have to deal with the solution together. Never let each other go to bed mad. I feel like that's the most selfish thing you can do to somebody is make them go to sleep mad. You know what that brings up? That brings up night terrors. That brings up a lot of energy shit. Negative energy shit because you're leaving them vulnerable and then they're going into the astral world pissed off. So, with that being said, if your wife is mad at you for whatever stupid thing you did, I don't know, go naked in the room and jump it with your dingling around and make her laugh. Sometimes us women like to laugh. Even when we're mad. We'll hide the laugh underneath our madness. It's like, you'll seriously see it. Just be retarded. Be retarded when you need to be to cheer her up. Or you be retarded when you need some cheering up. It's easy. It's all about changing your vibe and the energy that you feel in your relationship. Like I said, nobody wants to be in a bad place in their relationship. You're always supposed to try and make it at least neutral. It's work. Okay? It's work you don't get paid for. In a way you do. You get sex as much as you want. But at the same time, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to make a relationship work because you both see things differently. You both think things differently. You both feel differently about things. And a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest, the biggest thing that happens in relationships are debates. For real. You're always debating with your spouse. Well, I like this brand because it does this and that. Well, I like this brand because it does this, this, and that. Like, it's always going to happen. You're never going to exactly like the same shit. No matter what. Like, even identical twins don't like the same shit. And they look alike. So, all I'm saying is remember that balance. Be grateful for that spouse that is putting up with your bullshit. Because just like you're putting up with their bullshit, they're also putting up with your bullshit. And a lot of times we forget that. We always want to throw out what they're doing wrong and all their flaws and all their fuck ups and, oh, you don't try hard enough. Keep going or whatever. But at the same time, we don't remember that we got flaws too. I'm loud. I'm obnoxious. I'm stubborn. I'm hard-headed as fuck. Okay? And that's not easy to deal with in a relationship. It ain't. I'm always the alpha. And if somebody tries to be alpha, I gotta make them lower than alpha. And that's my problem. So, we all got an issue we gotta work on, correct? Well then, let's start working on it then. Before we wind up having Christmas and shit single. Cause then they're gonna realize, I can't put up with your shit no more. Be grateful. And think of a solution. Every problem has a solution. And remember, yes, love can be your strength and your weakness if you let it. If you let it be your weakness. If someone says, oh, you're ugly, be like, then why you fucking me then? Why you with me? You know what I mean? It's just as easy as that. Fight back. Speak back. It's communication. Trust me, there's a lot of relationships where a woman doesn't speak her truth and she gets pummeled by a man constantly and she stays quiet and she stays quiet and she stays quiet. Next thing you know, that woman's gonna put a pillow over his head and smother the shit out of him while she's smiling. Okay? That's how it happens. For real. So make sure your relationship is always neutral and that it's always good. Don't let your spouse be mad at you or you be mad at them, or handle it. Handle it. Because honestly, like I said, since it is our weakness and it is our strength, and sometimes we love the way it feels and sometimes we hate the way it feels, we never want to stay in that place of it's not working or she's mad at me or any of that negative stuff. We don't want to stay there. So we shimmy our way to the other side and fix it. Just fix it any way you can. If she's the type to blabber and talk, let her blabber and talk. And then when she's done, you say, okay, I heard you. Now can you listen to me? And as soon as she starts to talk, you go, my turn. It's my turn. And then you talk. Because women, when we're mad, we talk. And sometimes we can talk like 50 miles per hour and not even remember what the fuck we just said. That's why we get mad when y'all don't pay attention. Because when y'all don't pay attention and you're like, what'd you say? We don't remember. So then we look stupid. But in all reality, it's because you didn't listen. It's weird, I know, but that's the way our brain works. So be grateful for the spouses. Be grateful for the feeling of love in general. And remember that it has a balanced energy just like everything else in this world. There's good and bad to everything, and that includes love as well. Okay? I love you guys in a positive way, in a strong way. And just know you got this. If you're in a relationship that's rocky, shitty, drama, whatever, you got this. And if it's always the same person that has the same emotion on the end of the argument, then there's some reevaluating you need to do in your life and in your future. If you're not doing nothing wrong and this person's always yelling at you or anything, that's an abusive person. Okay? Instead of talking to you about what you're doing wrong and they're yelling at you, that's an abusive person. And trust me, the next phase will be her slapping the shit out of you. So reevaluate it. As long as you're feeling comfortable, content, security, you feel good. This person makes you feel good. You're never going to find 100%. The closest you'll find is 98. That's it. 98. 98%. In anybody. It ain't gonna ever be 100% because that's an illusion. So embrace what you do have. And if you can fix it, fix it. If it's more negative than it is a positive, this person's making you feel more mad and upset than happy, then look somewhere else. Okay? Because yes, love can be your weakness or your strength, but only if you allow it to. Which one are you gonna pick? Do you want it to be your strength or do you want it to be your weakness? So keep your relationship in check. And spread love to your friends, family, loved ones. Even strangers need love too. You know how they always say fat girls need love? So do strangers. So do the homeless. So do animals. So do people with disabilities. Everybody needs love. We all need it. No matter how much we say, I don't want love, we need it. It helps us keep our hope alive to continue another day. So it's important. All right. I love you guys. Have a great night. I'm going to go take a shower now because I seriously smell like a raccoon's ass. Bye.